Hola, buenos dias. So for this video, we're going to be looking at some adjectives whose meaning changes depending on if we use ser or estar with each one. So what I have here for you is a chart that I'll put available to you in the description of the video via a link. So if you wanted to print it off or something, you could. But what I have are several adjectives here. And then next to the initial adjective list, I have the verb ser, and then what that adjective means with ser. And then I have an example sentence. And then I have a star, and what that adjective, like aburrido with a star, means bored, and an example sentence as well. So what I'll do is I'll go through and give you the example sentences, and if something comes up that I want to explain, I will do so. So here we go. Aburrido means boring with ser. So la clase de español es aburrida. The Spanish class is boring. Remember that one of the biggest ways to remember the difference between ser and a star. Now, this doesn't always work, but ser often refers to things that are more permanent, and a star often refers to things that are more temporary. So like if you don't like Spanish class, it's probably always going to be boring for you. And then over here to the right, we have a star. Example sentence, no me gusta el video, estoy aburrido. I don't like the video, I'm bored. Obviously, if you leave, you stop watching the video, you can become happy or excited and not bored again. Next adjective is listo. And listo can mean smart with ser. Mi amigo siempre saca buenas notas, es listo. My friend always gets good grades, he's smart. And then with ser, I apologize. With a star, it means ready. No estoy listo para el examen. I'm not ready for the test. And if you think about it, again, with the whole idea of permanent, if someone is smart, generally speaking, you consider them to always be smart. That's the ser and the star. I'm not ready, but I can become ready. So that's the temporary idea. Rico means rich. Bill Gates is rico. Pretty self-explanatory. He's a rich man. And then delicious. Los tostones son ricos. And if you think about it, also in English, we use the word rich to describe food as well. Now, and then also think about it with the temporary versus permanent thing. Generally, you think of as a rich person as always being rich. Granted, they could lose their money. But for the most part, if they're rich, they're probably going to stay that way for a while. And then food, while it's delicious now, if it sits out for a week or two, it's probably going to become moldy and gross. So that could be the temporary idea. Malo, bad. Esos chicos son malos. Those boys are bad, and not in a good way. And then sick. Ella está en el hospital porque está mala. She's in the hospital because she's sick. Remember with ser, with permanent, like if they're bad boys, that's like a personality characteristic that falls into the permanent area. And then, of course, someone can become better. So estar being the more temporary thing. Seguro is safe. So no es seguro correr con tijeras. It's not safe to run with scissors. That's kind of a generalization, and we always use ser for general ideas like that. And then sure, pienso que la prueba es muy fácil, pero no estoy seguro. So I think the quiz is easy, but I'm not sure. I can become sure, so that's the idea of temporary again. Verde means green. La hierba es verde. The grass is green. Now this is where like the ser being permanent thing doesn't always work super well, because while the grass is green now, it could turn brown if I don't water it. But for the most part, we're going to think as it being a permanent thing. And then estar, it means not ripe. So it sounds kind of weird, but if I say, no comas los plátanos, están verdes, don't eat the bananas, they're green, is what it kind of looks like. But it means they're not ripe. If you think about it in the terms of a banana, if a banana is really green, then it's not ripe yet. And of course, that can change. It can become ripe. And I put a little note down here at the bottom that the word ripe is maduro, which also means, I guess I could add that to this list, but estar with maduro means to be ripe, and then ser with maduro means to be mature, like grown up. So that could be another one I could add to the list. Two more. We have vivo, which means it's a lot like listo, like as in smart. Jose resuelva los problemas rápidamente, es vivo. So he solves the problems quickly. He is smart. Versus alive. Unas personas piensan que Elvis todavía está vivo. Some people think Elvis is still alive. And then the last one, libre, which if you think like of liberty, maybe that'll help you remember it. It can mean free as in I have my liberty. Los prisioneros están libres. The prisoners are free. And then available, because if you think about the temporary thing here with the star, while I'm available at this point in time, I might not be available later. Estar libre después de las 8. I will be available after 8 o'clock. So there are other adjectives that have a change in meaning, but here's 8. And if you remember that maduro one, it can also mean ripe with estar versus mature with ser. There's another one for you. If you have any questions, be sure to put them in the comment section of the video. One other thing I want to point out to you, that because these are all adjectives, we also have to keep in mind the gender and plurality of what it is describing. So like on this first example, aburrido means boring, but if I'm talking about la clase, which is feminine, I'm going to change it to aburrida. And these are all adjectives, so they can all become masculine, feminine, singular, plural. Of course, one like verde is verde for feminine or masculine, and it just becomes verdes with plural. Okay, that was it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Hasta luego.